Welcome back, everybody. Emergency broadcast. We got a banger on our hands. We are jumping into our other upper winners semifinals match. Shawnee State Scholars the Game tied at 1 apiece. Our first time that we are going to be seeing, I don't know what it's called in Rivals, but hybrid. So both the capture and the push the payload mode for this LAN. And I think if there's any two teams that were going to give us something like this, I feel like this, maybe not expected, but definitely going to be a banger.
I'm looking forward to this, and with the closeness that these two teams are showing so far that we've missed, unfortunately, it does show good signs for the future of this bracket, right? One concern that you always have to have with brackets like these is that it's going to be a one-man show, a one-team show, right? As one team just stomps the whole entirety of the competition, running on through, and no matches are close. Everything is just a complete and utter wash. And we haven't had that today, right? Bolden Wallace, Ohio Northern was fairly close as a 2-0. But I'm happy to say and happy to see that we are not even going to entertain the idea of zeros across the board.
I was going to say, I like the ability that it's going to be, we actually have that back and forth because like you were saying, sometimes if it is just that, oh, it's just one team constantly running it, then it's kind of lame. But actually having the parity, the back and forth between teams is really, really fun to see. And already, I mean, Shawnee, like already, first thing off the board, get Punisher out of here. Do not give Roko his agent.
And they know this, right? They've seen it. They've played against it. They know this is the right call, and they're going to go for it. They protect the Gambit as well. We haven't seen Shawnee State's Gambit play, but I think it's safe to say that it has looked good from them. And Scholars of the Game, that's one of the things that they might want to look to ban, right? Is the Gambit.
Yeah, also opting to get rid of the Iron Man for the side of Shawnee State. In those bans, Scholar has opted to get rid of both Venom and Loki. So obviously electing to go more after the output of the tank and support rather than trying to negate the power of just one player on that enemy team. As we see a lot of those Shawnee bans coming in really seem like they're mainly targeted towards Roko, which, I mean, fair.
Yeah, if you're up against an elephant, you don't yet let them use the elephant, right? I don't know what that metaphor is, but I think it made sense. As the Deadpool ban, it's been pretty popular from Scholars of the Game in particular, but throughout this whole bracket, we've been seeing a lot of Tank Deadpool being taken away as the mag protected here as well. An interesting one, just to kind of keep the hero in their back pocket. And with Thing banned, it might come out of the back pocket.
Yeah, so looking at a lot of these lineups, at least from the initial lock-ins for the side of Scholars, I mean, obviously going to have to see Roku and Iggy, two of those players that have been oppressive on those DPSs, swap over to something a little bit different. Roku opting for the Phoenix, Iggy opting for that Ultron. But otherwise, it looks pretty standard from what we've seen so far, at least from Scholars.
Yeah, I was about to say, because we are seeing for the first time Rogue and the second time DD being pulled out. Daredevil, I think we only saw him for like a few minutes in a previous map, so
did we even
I'm interested to see.
I know we got him banned, because I remember that, but I wasn't sure if we actually saw him. I might have just missed that.
I want to say that we saw some. I might unironically be thinking of something I saw on Twitter last night. But maybe this is the first time we are seeing Daredevil in this tournament today. As well as, another hero that we haven't seen a ton of is the, I'm blanking on names myself, Magic, coming out here as well. Shawnee State, an odd composition to be playing here. And now that I see this comp, it makes sense why you ban the Venom when you have this type of dive DPS.
Yeah, you want to limit the potential power that a full dive team could enact. And I believe I was mistaken, as production kindly wrote, and then I completely forgot to mention it. Instead of being on that hybrid, it's just a map number 3 returning back to domination. As we see this first brawl around the point, Scholars and Shawnee State both vying to get a little bit more control over the point to allow for a clean first cap. But right now, we hold steady.
It's the scrap phase here as Shawnee State has most control over the point. 5 players sitting around with that middle bit gone now. 6 now players as they slowly trade players back and forth, waiting for an ultimate realistically, but the first skill does come through here as Secret is able to find 2 players down now for Shawnee State. It looks like this first fight, it's slow, it's sluggish, but it's going to be found for Scholars.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe a little slow to start in the map 3, but definitely able to show up and show out. Already well on the way to all 6 of their ults. Everyone sitting above that 50% mark for the side of Shawnee State, though. That Daredevil you were talking about, just a little under. Otherwise, everyone not that far. So we should be seeing those ults come out in this first or the second round of team fights.
If it goes fast, though, we might not see it at all, especially with how much damage when Blue takes out the gate. Secret isolating the Rogue, and she's going to fall here. First kill, it's looking good for Scholars of the game. They might be able to just waltz on through and dominate the remaining players here, as they do try to escape, and the health pool for Scholars of the game, if you're paying attention, have not even budged.
Yeah, they've been able to hold strong, and I think one of the things that's really been pivotal to Scholars' gameplay, especially against Shawnee, but we kind of saw this against some of the other teams that they played against, it is the use of the Groot walls, allowing you to really isolate one of those players. It means that they can't fall back. They might take a little bit of damage from the wall, but it especially just means that, hey, your heals can't get to you. And if you're isolated, oh my god, that's so much going on my screen at once. Oh my god.
4 ults. Screw you. We're winning this fight. Go home. Go back to spawn. Do not pass go.
Oh my god, and it doesn't even stop at the ult's going to be able to push a little bit forward with the Gambit. Now Scholars just one team fight away from taking this and putting themselves in a position to, if I'm not mistaken, upset the 1 seed of the tournament, send them into lowers before day 2 even starts.
And as the pickup team, that's quite impressive, right? It's going to be Cheese taking the wall here, the pressure away as the Rogue goes in the backline Twin Blue, but with Lexu, she's going to pop that ulti here. The Twins, they're going to try to find some survivability on point, and there's still some more going on. This is just a chaotic fight here.
Yeah, there's so much being thrown out from both sides. Scholar's going to be the first one to drop a player, as Roku going to be dropping on that Phoenix, and Shiva's going to find a second onto Lexu's. It's going to allow for more to drop down, and that is going to be Scholars most likely just relinquishing control of the point.
It took a while to get there, but finally things have been passed along to the other side. And it was necessary, right? 99%. There's going to be some ultimates coming online here for Scholars of the game, but there's 4 ults. They're still feeling it a little bit. Strangling Prison is going to be all they have this fight. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Shawnee State are going to have to defend with 1 to start with and have a few more come along. They want to play slow here, I think. Survive 1 ult and then re-engage with the Daredevil.
Yeah, they're not too far from ults here, but like you said, Scholar's probably going to be the first one to rip theirs to open, and it will be used. No response from Shawnee just yet. Ultron all getting popped as well to try to provide more, but Scholar's going to be the first one to drop one of their players.
There's some damage coming through thanks to the pressure Scholars were able to get down, but the fact that they've used 2, not just 1, like you said, 2 ults, and they haven't found a darn thing with it. They're going to start getting some kills finally, but with how Shawnee State been playing this, they now have ults to mess around with and survive with.
Yeah, the kills are just coming in too late. After those 2 ults go down, you really need to find something off of that fast. And the Invisible Woman all getting popped as well, along with the Eye. It finds 4 there. Ches able to find 3 off the impact that ult had, and Scholars now, they're going to need to find something fast. They've got 2 ults on the board. Going to be in with the 3rd from Mindless likely soon from the side of Shawnee. You got those 2. You still have the Daredevil, so you can use that in response of the point dive.
It's a frustrating, I think, that experience for Scholars of the game. It was basically a minute and a half of just 1 fight here. Ultimate's starting to come online. There we go. The Royal Flush as well as the Phoenix diving through, but where's the targets there? Nothing there for Roku. and they're going to try to keep fighting on this point, but the health bars are dropping low. Ults are being invested, but there's nothing now, as finally Evil Within released there from Blubbish.
Yeah, Scholar's able to find 2, now a 3rd. Blubbish the only response that they have, and they get shut down. For the side of Scholars, that's a recap. Shawnee, they're gonna have that touch with the Doctor Strange. They're gonna be able to contest this late.
Our Child wasn't enough to get them across the line there as they try to get some recontested. And look at this, another wave of 3 ultimates. Ultron and Magneto.
4 for Magneto.
And that's 4 for Magneto. Disgusting there. A collapse of biblical proportions there from Shawnee, but it was quite expensive, Emily.
It was almost a collapse from Scholars, again, going up 99-0 and having to force it back in full OT. He invested those ults. I mean, you get that first on the board, but just like you said, Shawnee with the economy so much better, most likely going to have at least 2 ults on for this first point fight. It's going to be 2 of those big impact ults that you could have. So
and
really,
look at this, Emily. I have to mention, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have to mention the KD's difference between these 2 teams. Shawnee was 1 fight away from that last point. If they won that fight, they would still have the worst KDs, and that kind of goes to show the ult economy difference between these 2 teams. And, you know, a pickup team like Scholars of the Game, they're not going to have the same communication and ult planning as a team like Shawnee State.
Yeah, Scholars opting for that triple support. We were seeing it at the end of last map, opting to continue forward with it into the next for the side of Shawnee. If I'm reading this correctly, just keeping with that standard 2-2-2. Opting to bring the Star-Lord on, though. So that potential alt prowess of Star-Lord could come in at some of the later points. But right now, this early team fight, it's just an all-out brawl. No ults on the board yet. So just looking to do what you can with your early fights. Roku and Mindless able to combine for an early 2. Scholars might be able to start this off the same way they started last.
And even though they're losing this fight out, I do like how Shawnee State are playing this, right? They're using the mag with the, I feel like I'm crazy. There was a Daredevil here, and it's disappeared for the sake of the Phoenix, but the way they were using the Daredevil, it kind of gives me flashes, you know, as we're both Overwatch players, of the Vendetta Zarya comp, where the mag bubbles in the Daredevil, and he's able to find a little bit of havoc, but it's not enough damage from a character like Daredevil, unfortunately, and they're not able to find kills with it.
At least it's not enough damage across the board. Daredevil, I feel like, is a very good isolation. Roku with that ult coming in, it's going to find massive damage. No kills to be found quite off of it. The Twins popped in response to stabilize Shawnee, potentially force them forwards. They're going to be able to find the first pick. And a lot of these ults getting popped in response. But Shawnee going to be able to come out on top.
Yeah, easily. It wasn't too close on that fight as Scholars of the Game. They did pop, right, the Rage of Ultron, but it doesn't seem like they were able to find anything with that compared to, of course, there was the Meteor M and there was the Eternal Bond. The Twins popped there for Shawnee State, but now Shawnee State, they are the ones with 4 ultimates. It's now on their trigger discipline to see if they're going to be able to hold the line here and not drop all 4 ultimates at once. If they do, then things are going to look sour for the remainder of the round.
Yeah, I think could look very weird. Okay, the double responses, I like this coming out. A lot of these getting popped, Twins coming out, along with the eye that finds 4 in that. No picks off of it, though, and it's actually going to be Scholars that are able to battle back. If they find the first 2 picks, able to keep damage going, able to find the third is Iggy. Lexu and Roku combined for the last 2. Only one up, Blub, trying to stay alive, trying not to get insanely staggered. He will be able to stay up, but Scholars back in the driver's seat, looking to close things out.
And the first kill there that happened was a lucky little thorn wall from Secret that was placed kind of in the middle of the point. Somebody walked into it. Even though there were 4 people stunned, a wall cannot be stunned. Let that be the lesson of the day, I guess. That you can't stun trees, you can't stun walls. The Phoenix will go in here and it needs to find some value. One of these 2. It's the necessary ultimate. It's the Rage of Ultron. Might end things off.
Yeah, Scholars, they're able to stabilize, able to find another big 2. Will Iggy, Roku and Secret, they'll be able to combine for another 2. And now Scholars are just a couple seconds away. Time is so low.
That was the touch. That was their touch. Bloodfish needed to be their touch, and the scout out there from Iggy canceled it. Does he have time?
They're going to have the portal up, so they're going to be able to get people in. The overtime is going to be popped early. Bloodfish able to combine in for the rest of the fight. But the side of Scholars, they're just playing with so much confidence. Secret able to find the first onto Shiv. The Magneto Ball going to be able to come out. Big damage to be found. 2 off of that. Scholars looking to close things out here. Just a couple picks needed. The entanglement from Groot, able to find more wall, be able to combine. Only one left. It's going to be Iggy who picks it up onto Ches. Twin Blue looking to survive on that Phoenix, but the full team will come down. Overtime takes down. They might be able to get another touch, but it's not going to come through. The mixed team of Scholars, they bring it to the collegiate stage, and they're able to make it to day 2.
An excellent performance, not just day 2. Day 2 is great, but they make it to the winners finals here. In this bracket, they're going to face against Ohio Northern at the waning moments. And honestly, not just because of the funny marketing, not just because of how, funny it is to talk about, oh, there's a worker here, this, that, and the other. Scholars of the game are slowly but surely becoming my favorite team to watch here tonight.
Yeah, they play such a fun style. I feel like it's hard not to love them. There is a sense of scrappiness to it, but I mean, honestly, that's kind of what you love about it, though. There's the polish that you can get from the collegiate teams from when you play this game so much, when you have your setups drilled and everything. But there's a certain charm about just 6 friends coming together and deciding, you know what, we're good now. We're going to win this.
I decided I want to win a tournament. That's just, some days.
I'd like to pop up, show out, and get things done. Looking at this scoreboard, though, as we still have the time. Secret MVP of Scholars, I would not contest that whatsoever. The impact that group was finding, not only from the ults and the just raw output of damage, but also from things like the wall, able to find so many picks, so much isolation. It's got to be there. Shoutouts, though, to the entire team. A whole 38 assists from Lexus, and I know I was standing behind them during their map number 2 that equalized the series. I believe the big funny number, 67 assists coming in over the course of a convoy. So big
That's
impact.
Absurdity. Convoy doesn't last that much longer than domination, and 38 is the highest we see. Lexu, she's able to get that number coming on. 67 is obscene. Yeah. Nobody here gets even close to that, and especially when you look at Shawnee State. After that second round, right, it did look a little bit better for Scholars of the Game. The KD's looking a little bit, lower, and nobody there is even close to 67. Yeah. Especially, what can you really expect? And I want to point out one small little statistic to note. Secret's 45,000 damage blocked. And 40% accuracy, by the way. Groot is, I would argue, one of the harder characters to aim with at times. 40% accuracy on Groot is very, very good.
It's impressive for sure. And funnily enough, we got the man in the house, Secret. So obviously, first of all, congrats on that win, taking down what I believe is the 1 seed of the tournament as just a mixed team coming through. Obviously, we were able to talk to one of your teammates earlier on that first victory, but I mean, just walk me through, I guess, that map 3, but the entirety of the series, because obviously we came in at the end to see you guys pull things together, but just walk me through, how that all comes together.
Well, first off, we realized they were a really divey comp. So as soon as we saw that Venom first map, we had to get rid of it, right? So our backline just kept exploding from it. So we just had to back up and, I'm really bad at this.
Oh, you're chilling. You're fine, man. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, so...
You're already better than most people I've seen in interviews.
Oh, thank you. We just had to realize when to get picks, and we had to... It's a lot of, back and forth, especially for that last portal. We were just going to flip the map. So they had to come to us, basically. So a lot of that was just looking for my ults with Groot. And keep in mind, I don't play Groot. I haven't played Groot since season 0. I am a strange Emma main.
That's insane.
I was forced on this character.
It looks good.
So yeah,
No, yeah, it was getting crazy. Impact. I did not know that you did not play that. That is
it's been a
really
while.
funny.
I'm rusty. I'm definitely rusty.
It's really
and when it comes to
funny.
our team, like we came up with this team like not that long ago. Like all of us were friends already. So thing is, we have a couple of Overwatch players. They don't play this game. So yeah, other than that, like like synergy wise, we communicate extremely well. All of our comms were just wonderful. Honestly, we're on the same page. We have the same bands, like ideas. Just overall team synergy really helped us. That's my main contributing factor.
Absolutely. I mean, I was standing behind you guys for that map number 2 when you equalized the series, able to force it to this map number 3 when we were able to jump in and actually cover it. And just like, I mean, from watching you guys, it looked like everyone was on the same page. Like that last OT hold on point, every comm that I heard was succinct, it was simple, and it felt like you guys were instantly reacting off of it when you could.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of the biggest things that I want to specifically talk to you about is going to be your guys' support line, specifically Lexuo's, who, if I'm not mistaken, on that first map, 67 assists.
I don't know.
That's what I heard, and I wasn't sure if that was real or not. So I was going to ask the team.
Nutty.
Yeah.
I mean, Lex has always been a great support in any game. Overwatch, this game, like. She's always been great. So if you're telling me they got 67 assists, I believe you. Honestly, completely honestly believe you.
I thought I saw it on the scoreboard, and I thought they said something about it, and I was like, all right, cool. I guess we're just doing that now. Like,
I guess we're 6-7ing now.
I guess, yes.
Oh my god.
No, yeah. But so, I mean, yeah, we were saying on here, you've made it to day 2, winner's side. You now have to face Ohio Northern at the start of tomorrow. I mean, expectations coming into this, like from when we talked, it seemed like it was just, hey, let's show up and see what we can do. But
we ball. We go in and ball.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So one question I want to ask real quick. We were talking about how well you guys are synced, how despite the fact that you've had one scrim and they barely even got to play it, you guys are looking great. One thing I want to ask about is the time where you guys probably weren't in sync, and it's a very specific question. On that final map, I think it was the first point. You dropped 4 ults almost at the same exact time. Was that a planned thing?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I believe we were going to stack... I'm forgetting the ult lineup at the time, but...
I'm forgetting it too.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it was my ult, then Phoenix ult, then just support ults, right?
Probably, yeah.
We
That's
definitely
what it
tried to
was.
coordinate it. I think we were trying to match the support ults at the same time with looking for a combo with mine and another one. Then I don't know what the 4th ult would have been. But when it comes to that, it's more reactionary rather than like something coordinated. Obviously, we try to coordinate our ults and stuff like that. But when it comes to that specifically, it would have been reactionary.
Fair enough, yeah. And I mean, I think the big thing that like came out with that we were talking about at the end of that map 1 was just kind of the difference in like KD. Like you guys, I think every person was on double-digit kills, and for the side of Shawnee, there's only like 1 or 2 people who cracked that double digits. And even for how competitive things are, like how do you guys find just so much value against some of these teams that are just like, you know, they're collegiates. They've been playing an entire season. They're so drilled. Like,
I mean, to be fair, we were also, when it comes to most of us, we were part of the Overwatch team for another college.
I see.
But we all came from the same college except one of us. So we kind of knew each other from that. So especially when it comes to the Overwatch team, I was teammates with a bunch of them at the same time. So that just kind of carried over from that.
I see.
Then the rest of them, we just easily meld well together.
Nice. Yeah, Helda, any questions from beyond the booth?
Beyond the grave, no question.
All
Hi,
right.
Red Panda. Sorry, that's my regular from my Twitch stream. I'm a VTuber, so this is my
Whoa!
yeah.
Face
He's a
reveal.
real guy.
this is my
crazy.
unofficial first face reveal. Then
That's
again, I used to
wild.
do live face cam, so
Yeah.
hi.
I
It
can't
happens,
believe
it happens.
men are real too.
I can't believe I can't.
All right. Any final things for the viewers at home, for those tuning in?
Hopefully we win next one. We ball.
That's what's up. All right. And again, thank you for stepping
Thank
into
you
the
so much.
booth. Pleasure talking with you. And a pleasure bringing all you guys these games. Like, we stepped in last minute. I was like, you're good to peace out, man.
Okay, awesome. Cool.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Pleasure bringing you all these games, getting I mean, that's the fun thing with the LAN environment. Like, we just, like, realize, hey, we got a banger on our hands. We got to pop back in and do this now.
Like, it's always so fun to be able to just say, screw it, we get in, we do this one map, and then we're going to go right back onto the regularly scheduled programming. And we haven't even gotten through to start with the next match anyway. So this whole time would have been a pause for you anyway. So if you feel like you're missing anything, I promise you, you at home are missing not a thing.
You're missing nothing of the regularly scheduled programming that we were looking to bring to you. Just able to bring, little extra content for you as we sit here. We got all the people out that way for me, competing and whatnot, getting ready for their games. So yeah, a lot of great stuff happening
that way.
A lot of great stuff happening on the main broadcast. It looks like we're going to be setting for whatever our next game may be. And in all honesty, we might just be getting straight into it. I'm not entirely sure yet. Watching to see what production decides to pull on us.
So right now, looking at the bracket, I think you might be looking at it as well. Shawnee State Ohio Wesleyan is still going on, believe it or not. It's going the whole distance right now. We're waiting to see where that one goes in the end. And if we do go into another match, the current available one would naturally be that Shawnee or that Baldwin Wallace Manchester game. That one is the one that's kind of ready and waiting if there is one to go to. So we're just waiting to see where Shawnee Academy and Ohio Wesleyan goes.
So funny story. If you look at the preview of the stream on our streaming thing, that match is concluded.
Wait, which match is concluded? I'm sorry.
The Ohio Wesleyan Shawnee State Acad one.
Has it?
Yep. I was going to say we're looking at it right now.
I'm looking at Shawnee State, Ohio. Shawnee State. Oh
that
my god!
Might be what you're tripped up on. That might be what that's.
So me myself in this thing that we call a goofball, a goober.
It be like that sometimes. I ain't gonna fight you.
Like I said, I didn't get so great sleep last night.
It is what it is. It is what it is. No, yeah, it looks like that BW Manchester one will be the next one up, but we are going to cut to a little bit of a short break as we get that lobby finalized. We get everything set up for that, but when we return, BW Manchester both fighting for a spot in Sunday in top 4 through the losers bracket, but still a chance to play. We'll catch you there.